Over the past 5 years, I've scaled my barbering business to 6 figures. And in just 10 short months, I built my online coaching brand Scalo to 5 figures a month, all entirely through content. I did this all without paid ads, 0 Google reviews, and no begging for referrals. Just consistent, intentional content and a strategy that actually works. But here's the thing. Most barbers think they're already posting enough content, but the truth is, they're not. And even when they are, it's rarely the right kind of content. The kind of content that actually moves people from watching to booking appointments. But you're probably wondering who I am. So, I'm Tim Brace. I've been a professional barber for the last 10 years, and I've been running my barbering business on my own since the age of 20. I'm now turning 25, and I've posted nearly 1,000 pieces of content over the years. And every lessons I've learned has come from real experiences, testing, refining, failing, and rebuilding until I developed a system that doesn't just get views, they build revenue. And I didn't leave those lessons to memory. I documented everything, every shift, every insight, every mistake and breakthrough in this notebook. Page by page is becoming the blueprint that helped me turn content into clients and clients into a real business. And in this video, I'm breaking down the 7 most important lessons I've pulled from that journey. If you want to be a barberpreneur who stays relevant, grows with the industry, and finally sees the full potential of what your business could be, this is where to start. Let's get into the video. Okay, right. So you just had the intro. Let's learn the 7 lessons that I've learned over building 2 businesses, all based through content. So number 1 is all about posting more content. And I know this sounds super simple, but it's the biggest one that barbers neglect. Okay. Anyone, in fact, who's trying to build a business around content is they think that they're posting enough content. But like I said in the intro, you're not posting enough. You need to ask yourself, how can you compete with barbers who are posting once a day, 7 days a week, when you're posting twice a day because you come up with the excuse, I don't have enough time? Well, clearly you don't have enough time to build the business that you want. Get out of the position that you're currently in, because if you see the potential and you knew the potential you have, you would put the effort in, because I guarantee you, if you went 30 days and posting every single day, there would be no reason as to why you wouldn't see a massive growth in your business. So stop saying to yourself that you don't have enough time and start asking yourself, am I putting in the work to build the business that I want to build? And you need to make a change if you want changes to happen. So straight away, we're starting off nice and easy. You need to start posting more content. And how much content should we be posting a week? Me and all of my students aim for 5 pieces of content every single week. Nothing less, minimum 5 pieces of content every week. Because I'm sorry, 5 pieces of content is not difficult. I'm running 2 businesses, posting on Instagram every single day, and it takes me 4 hours to edit a single video. But yet I'm still able to post every day, and you're struggling to post a 30-second reel of a process video of your haircut that should take you no longer than 45 minutes to edit, and you can film it in your allotted appointment time. So you have no excuses for not posting minimum of 5 times a week. We're now going to come into lesson 2, and I love this one. It's super, super important. It's called Steal Like Picasso. And this is something that my mentor mentioned to me. And he said, steal like Picasso. And what does he mean by that? That's meant by your content, okay? You need to steal content. Every barber thinks that they need to reinvent the wheel. But this leads to 2 things: burnout and lack of ideation, because you think that you need to create content that's completely different to every piece of content out there. And you can't be done. Every piece of content has been finished. Every content creator that you follow is copying someone else's content. They're not coming up with the ideas. They're just making it their own. So when we say steal like Picasso, we don't mean just copying their content word for word. We mean taking their content, if it's a winning formula, making it your own, and then pushing content out there. Content is all about learning from other people, seeing what's working, and making it unique to you. Stop thinking you need to create every video that's completely different. Of course, make it your own style, and that's how you stand out. But if you're sitting there thinking you need to create a new video style, you need to create the new trends every single video, you're going to be burnt out. And probably you're not going to be posting content that we need to, like we just mentioned in lesson 1, because you feel like you haven't got the right ideas. And it's because you think you need to reinvent the wheel, but you don't. You need to steal like Picasso. You need to find some content creators that you find inspiration from and start making content that they're creating. Go and stalk them for half an hour. Find their best performing videos. Save the link to a notes, and then you have 10 content ideas, 15 content ideas that you can copy and make your own. And you know these content ideas work because they're working for other people. This is how you follow trends, and this is how you stay relevant. Also, the thing that you need to realize, okay, Apple do it every single time. What do they release every single year? A new iPhone. Is it any different? No, they add some new features, they make it their own, but they know this formula works and content is the same. If you look at my content on Instagram, every haircut video is extremely similar, but I found inspiration from other barbers. One, for example, is Alexi Michael. I take inspiration from his content, but I make it my own, and it does crazy numbers because one, I know this content style works. Two, I enjoy creating it because it allows me to show my creative flair. And three, I'm not getting burnout because I'm not thinking I need to create content that's my own and it's reinventing the wheel every single time. Content shouldn't be hard. It should just be put into your everyday work life because you need to realize you need to be creating content every day to start pushing the needle forward and building that business you actually deserve. Now, coming in to lesson 3. Lesson 3 is your content needs to have thought, okay? Barbers seem to think they can just throw any piece of content at the wall and hoping that it sticks. They think, okay, I'm going to post this piece of content. It's going to pull in views. It's going to get me clients. But lo and behold, look at the position you're in. You've been creating content for the last 6 months. You haven't been seeing any results. Why is that? Because every barber is creating content without thought. They're just slapping on the camera without actually realizing what do they want from this piece of content. For me, I know every action that's going to come from each piece of content. I know consultation and process videos are going to bring in more clients. I know engagement drivers are going to bring views to my page. I know me posting authority content is going to start perking ears up and position me as someone that they want to learn from. It's understanding what piece of content pushes the needle forward and what piece of content does what for your business. So rather than just creating any piece of content, start thinking about what you want to happen from each said piece of content. And a great way to do this is think about what are your goals that you want to come to your business. Is your goal to get more clients through the door? Okay, right. Let's create content that highlights pain points that clients are facing. Let's create content that shows our technique. Let's create content that shows our knowledge we've attained. And this will start enticing clients to come booking in. If you want to create educational content and get more students onto your course, start making content that shows your technique. Start giving people free value and the knowledge you have around haircuts. This can position you as authority. It's going to allow people to see you as someone to learn from. Because rather than just going, okay, this week I'm going to post a process video, this week's an engagement driver, but without any goal in mind, without any idea of what piece of content's going to pull in, you're just throwing content at the wall and your content has no system. It doesn't look right. It just looks shit and looks like you just posted here, there, and everywhere to see what's going on with trends. There's no real structure. Coming in to lesson 4, you're chasing numbers on a screen rather than numbers in the bank. Let that one sit in. You would rather have 10,000 followers than earn £10,000 a month. And to me, that is fucked. Okay, because this is where I was. I was chasing the numbers on the screen thinking, okay, I'll get 10,000 followers. I'll get 20,000 followers and my price will go up. More money I'll make. I'm now sitting at 85,000 followers and my price didn't go up. In this last year, I've gained about 3,000 followers, but I've managed to turn over £10,000 every single month on my online coaching business. All because I've understood strategy, I've understood positioning, and I'm not chasing numbers on a screen, I'm chasing numbers in my bank. And you need to do the same with your content. Stop creating content that just focuses on getting followers. Start creating content that brings in clients. Start creating content that allows you to diversify your income. Start creating content that actually brings you money. Followers doesn't mean shit. I could give you 10,000 followers tomorrow. I doubt it would grow your business. But you're still stuck in the mindset that followers is everything. As soon as they get 10K followers, they think they can do anything. But it's simply not the case. Before we move on to the next lesson, I want to make sure that you're actually learning something. So grab yourself a notepad and actually start taking notes. Because the amount of times you probably watch this video, you think, Tim's giving me some value there. And then you go watch this next guy eat a burger, you forget what I've just said. So grab yourself a notepad and actually start taking notes so you can start actioning the things I'm telling you and actually start growing your business, because I'm giving you so many free gems. There's no reason why you're not hitting 6 figures every single year in your barbering business. There's no reason why you're not turning over 20 new clients every single month. There's no reason why you can't raise your prices every 10 to 15 months, but you're not doing anything because you're not taking action. You're not writing down the things that I'm telling you, and I'm giving you everything that I've learned over 5 years so you don't have to make the exact same mistakes that I did over the time frame of the last 5 years. Sticking with the number 5, here comes lesson number 5. And this one is super crucial. You need to allow the clients opportunity to book in more often. You're not giving the clients enough opportunities to actually book in with you. And what do I mean by that? You're not giving enough CTAs in your content, on your stories, on your posts to actually tell clients to book in. How can you expect a client to book in with you if you're not giving them the reason to book in? If you're just showing them a haircut, make sure the next haircut on the story has a button to book in with you. When you're posting a video, make sure in the caption it's saying, hey, if you want a tailored haircut, get yourself booked in, use the link in my bio. You're not giving clients enough opportunity to book in. We can't just rely on clients to see a piece of content, click on the booking app and book in. We need to make every single step frictionless and as easy as possible. Once you start implementing CTAs in your everyday content, i.e. stories, posts, I guarantee you will see a skyrocket in bookings, because barbers simply don't do it. They think they'll just post a haircut and then the client will go from Instagram, click on the app and book in. But people are lazy. The attention economy right now is the lowest it's ever been. People want convenience. So you need to make sure every single story, every single post links back to bookings, okay? Send clients texts. I guarantee you're not reaching out to clients who haven't been booked in the last 3-4 weeks because you're scared. You don't want to be called that picky barber, that beggy barber that's chasing his clients. But you need to remember, you're running a business. How many times do you get emails every single day from clothing brands saying, hey, there's a discount here, why don't you come check this out? Because they want your money and they're not afraid to ask for it. They're not afraid to put themselves in front of your eyes. So why are you not doing that with your barbering business? You need to give your clients the opportunity to say yes to booking in more often. And once you make that change into your everyday content, I guarantee you that you will see an influx of new bookings and consistent bookings. Moving on to lesson 6. Scaling is impossible without systems. How can you expect to scale your barbering business when you have no idea what's going on? You have no systems behind your content. I doubt you're tracking things in your business and you're wanting to scale, but you don't even know the numbers that are in your business. So number 1, implement systems when you're creating content. Similar to like I mentioned beforehand, understand what each piece of content is doing. Understand a system. If you want to learn a system, I actually have a video on this, which goes into how to build a magnetic personal brand and how to build an ecosystem. They're about 2 20-minute long videos. And if you watch them, that will build you a complete content system that will land you high-paying clients within the next 30 days, and you can start building a magnetic personal brand that actually converts into new clients. But let's also remember the systems we need to have in our business. We need to track the numbers. We need to track the amount of appointments that we have every month. We need to track the amount of new clients that come in. Because I had a coaching call literally about an hour ago speaking to one of my students, and I'm telling him, why are we not tracking these numbers? Because he said to me, I'm earning all this money, but then at the end of the month, it doesn't feel like I'm earning money at all. This is because we're not tracking anything. We're not tracking what money goes in and what money goes out, okay? And as soon as you know those numbers, you can track what goes in. You can track your investments. You can track your income. You can track your outgoings. And this is how you actually start to build a proper business, because you know every fine detail of the numbers that goes into your business, the number that goes with your content, where new clients come from, the referrals, is it from Google, is it from content, is it from Instagram? Once you start tracking all these things, you actually start running a proper business. Rather than just going into the shop, clocking in, doing your haircuts and clocking out, start running a barbering business and your Instagram as proper businesses, because this is an asset. Social media shouldn't just be used for doom scrolling. Social media is a platform to grow businesses and actually get yourself out of the rat race and stop thinking that you need to cut 10 to 15 hours a day. Because trust me, once you use content to your advantage and you actually start using it to grow your business, you will never look at it the same. And now coming into lesson number 7, I think this is the most crucial one, especially for me, because this one resonated with me the most. You need to realize you can't do it all on your own. Okay? You can't do everything that you want to achieve. You need to accept that sometimes you need help, because business owners and people in general, we're afraid to let people know what we can't do, what we're bad at, what we're afraid of, and let people actually understand what our problems are. We're scared to understand, okay, my business hasn't grown as much as I wanted to over the last 3 years. My content hasn't landed me as many clients, but we're too scared to actually accept that we need change. We're too proud as people, okay? And this is something that really resonated with me, because I was running my business completely wrong for 3 years. And the last 2 years, I changed my whole strategy. I accepted that I needed help, and my business has never grown quicker. I've never earned as much money. I've never had as much free time, and I've never enjoyed life as much as I am right now, because I have a purpose. I'm learning from someone who's doing something that I wanted to do. And ultimately, you need to learn from someone, because when you're at the top, when you're a business owner, there's no one you can speak to, because you want someone to tell you, right, you need to do this, rather than go, everyone else, you need to do this. You're telling everyone what to do, but you're not accepting that you need to have someone to tell you what to do. Do you know what's crazy to me? Barbers want absolutely everything. They want 6 figures a year. They want holidays every single month, but they're not willing to make a change. They're expecting everything, but not accepting that they need help. And as soon as you change your mindset into the fact that I need help because this is going to help me grow further than where I am right now, you will change your opinion on what you need help with, and you'll start accepting that you need to learn from people who have done everything that you want to do. Because clearly, if you've been in the same position for the last 6 to 12 months, something has to change. Unless you accept the fact that you're just stuck where you are and you're happy plodding along. For me, I knew I wanted more and I knew I couldn't do it all by myself. Well, there you go. You just heard my most impactful lessons that I've learned over 5 years building 2 businesses that turn over 6 figures a year based all around content. But if you want to go deeper into the strategies I covered in this video and actually apply them into your business, there's plenty of more content on this channel that shows you exactly how to do that. But if you're ready to stop overthinking and skip the trial and error and actually start filming content that lands high value clients consistently, that's exactly why I built the Content Accelerator. It's my exact filming process. It shows you how to structure content to attract premium clients without fancy equipment or spending hours editing. You can access that using the link down below. But if you want to cut through all the bullshit and skip the next 12 months of figuring it all out on your own, there's a link below to book a call with me or my team directly. And on this call, we're going to build a custom plan around your business, your content, and your goals. So you can finally start turning your skills into consistent income and stay relevant while the industry shifts. So if you're serious and you want to work one-on-one with me where we can build you a 6-month plan on how to hit 10K a month as a barber and start using content that actually grows your business, click that link down below and get yourself booked in. But for now, let me know what hit hardest in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.